wake that ass up.
Early in the morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
The African King of Comedy.
Michael Blackson.
What up, suckers? What's going on, man?
What's up?
You know, he's going to be at Hairlines all weekend, starting tonight at 7 o'clock. But, you know, Michael is always a good person to have here just to talk about life and everything that's going on in the world. Yeah. Why you looking at me so serious,
That's
man?
what I said, man. You almost sabotaged my engagement, you punk bitch.
No, I did not. How are things going with that?
How is everything?
Nah,
Y'all still engaged?
We still engaged.
Okay.
Hasn't planned a date yet. You know, I've got a lot of accomplishments I want to accomplish before I take that step.
By accomplishments, you mean other women, or?
No.
Okay.
No. Just other things like you know, finish up a special, potentially doing a sitcom, and you know, filming my own movie. So I want to come get them out of the way, and then go ahead and pick a date and make it happen. There's no big rush.
You got a fresh new hairline, man.
What do you mean, man? Come on, this is all natural juices and berries.
No,
man.
it's not.
What's wrong with my hairline? It's natural.
No, bro.
natural
You got to restore
Thank you very much.
bro.
You see,
You got to restore it in some way.
He's a hater,
For
man.
real?
Yes. Everything's gonna good with the engagement.
You know what the problem is?
What is it?
I realize when brothers have bald heads and their hair can't grow, they always feel away.
I don't got no edges.
You know what I mean? So he can look at him. He look like, you
Your
know.
hair like a busted condom. You know when the condom busts and your dick come out? This nigga.
Yeah, that's exactly
your
what it
nickname
looks
is Dickhead, motherfucker. How about
His hair starts so far back, it bothers him. So anytime he see a brother with some good hair or good lines,
That's not true. I respect it. But I just want us to be real about the fact that ain't real.
Listen, this is African. We keep our hair as long as we allow it to grow, okay? Don't be a hater, man. But life is going to get with the fiance. You know, she's giving me some side chick rules. Y'all know I have the whole side chick rules that I have to follow. And you know,
have you been following him?
I've been trying my hardest to follow him. I mean, if she's going to allow you to get some extra coochie, at least you could at least show some respect.
What are the rules?
One of her main rules is, you know, when I come, the lady has to go. Meaning, like, once I come, like, she don't no contact. I have to block this bitch off, like, IG, Twitter, Christian Mingle, all that shit. Gotta, you know.
Wow.
Yeah, she don't want, unless it's like, she don't want me repeating a woman. You know what I mean? Like, she don't want you to, like, fuck the same chick in the same year or whatever.
Wow.
Because it's a relationship. It feel like a relationship. You know, so she don't like me of course, you got to protect yourself and don't look him in the face while you fucking, because you look somebody in the face, you're going to fall in love. I'm like, man, why you fall in love with nobody else?
So what about, is there like, y'all just have sex, or there's no eating the poom poom, eating the butt?
Yeah, definitely no eating the poo poo, no. She don't want no kissing. And then she has this, I don't have no, I call it rollover minutes. It's like, I know it sounds like a T-Mobile bitch, but it's not. It's pretty much like, if I get a girl, you know, make plans with a girl, and I get this chick and her period is on, guess what? I'm stuck with this chick. I cannot roll her over for like August. I'm like, can I switch up for September?
Yeah.
No, now I'm stuck with some crime scene coochie.
Why you want to go through all that? Why don't you just be like, you know what? I love my wife, my fiance, and I'm just going to knock that off.
It sounds good, but I'm African.
But why not just have one main one? I don't understand why she don't let you have one main one.
Because it's a relationship. She don't want to have a relationship.
Wow.
Now, would you let her dibble and dabble?
Come on,
you know that. You know he not.
That's some light skin shit. We don't do that in the dark skin community. It's against the law. And the main reason, you know, people are like,
it's against the law.
Why you don't just be single and do what you want? Every great man needs a good woman by his side.
That's right.
I mean, prior to Ryder, I ran into some really raggedy chicks that I had. I had 2 attempted robberies, believe it or not.
What do you mean?
Like I had this one chick came over one night, you know, and then I had banged her, fell asleep, right? And something just woke me up in the middle of the night. I woke up and this chick is up and like leaving. She said, "Oh, I'm leaving." I'm like, "Well, you just, you know, you didn't even say tap me and say bye, whatever." Mm-hmm. So for some reason, I just went at that. What happened that night prior? I was on IG that night. Had girls twerking on like IG Live, and I'm throwing money, you know. And then this chick said, "Oh, this guy got money at the crib. Let me go." So she hit me up. "Hey, Mike, let me come over." So I remember, you know, she woke me in the middle of the night. I woke up. She's like leaving out my living room, and something just said, "Go and look for where you had your money at." I went and looked. Money's missing. Right?
How much?
It was $3,000.
Okay.
Cash. So I ran to the front door. Chicks disappeared. I go and I live in a very secure building in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Jesus Christ can't even come in this building if he wanted to, unless he just peers. So I went down to the I went in my elevator, go downstairs, concierge. I'm like, yeah, did a girl come out? He's like, no. This bitch leave out the fire escape.
No.
So, and the funny thing about it, I have some cameras, but none really on. But they weren't working at that time. So I text her, I said, listen, I know you stole the money. I got it on camera. Either bring this money back or I'm gonna put you on IG first thing. And that scared her, and the bitch came back and I'm so sorry, my rent was due. I'm like, if you ask, she gave the money back. It was short like $300. I'm like, that was what the coochie was worth.
Hey. What was the second time? You said twice.
Second time was the funniest one ever. So this chick, and I felt bad because I actually fired my assistant at that time because I thought he stole the money. So I remember having a birthday celebration in L.A., and I ran into her the day prior. I used to mess with her maybe a year before. Mm-hmm. Ran back into her. I said, hey, I'm doing my birthday this week. Come on by. It's a little model chick out of L.A. Women are the biggest thieves, believe it or not. They steal more than guys. Mm-hmm. So I remember she came to the party, came to my house. I said, you can stay. 3 bedrooms, you can stay, no problem. So I remember she staying, and my assistant was around too. So I remember that I was having my party in another unit, and my unit was there was nothing going on there. The building allowed me to have this other unit because it was empty. It was a 5,000 square foot unit, and they allowed me to throw my birthday party in there because they were trying to sell it. So I said, I'll invite some people over to see it. So I had a party there. So my assistant was going back and forth my presents, taking my presents back into my unit. And I know this particular place where I had money, I knew at one point I sent him to grab a key. So I figured he was the only one that knew where their money was. Mm-hmm. So I remember she was around, but I'm like, nobody gonna know where this money's at. And I was too lazy to put the money in the safe. Sometimes I just get too lazy to go in the safe. So I remember the next day, I went out and did some interviews the next morning. And then I remember later on that day, I went to go shopping. I took all the money out. And thieves are very smart. They won't take everything. They would take an amount that you would notice. And I didn't notice that until I went to Versace to go shop, and I knew exactly how much was in there. And I gave her the money, and it's supposed to be like $10,000. Mm-hmm. And it was like, she said $8,500. I'm like, $8,500? Where did $1,500 go? So I went, when I got back home, and I was like, hey, Jay, told my assistant, I'm mentioning his name. I said, use the last, you're the only one that should know when this money's at. You know what I mean? I said, I gotta let you go till I find out where this money went. And he's like, Max, I want to hear it. I said, when God reveals to me what happened to this money, you get your job back. Mm-hmm. So I let him go. And then we're gonna fast forward 3 months later. Mind you, I fired him for 3 whole months. Mm-hmm. 3 months later, I ran back into this chick, the same chick. I said, oh, yeah, I got some friends over. Come on, let's hang out. And she came over, and I remember I was in my room taking a nap. She said, let me take a nap with you. So I remember her coming to lay next to me. And then she goes, while I'm asleep, she goes back in that same place. For some reason, I don't know why. I don't know. God just told me to set this woman up. I don't know what happened. I don't know why I left amount of money there. This time I know exactly how much I left.
How much was it?
I left I had $4,000 in there.
Okay.
So I remember waking up, again, it's daytime, it's nap time. I'm taking a nap. So she went in there, stole $1,500 to be exact, runs into my guest room to go, chill. I wake up again, go in there, $1,500 missing. Fortunate for me, I had 2 other girls at the house at that time, other chicks that I knew. So I went in there, I said, okay. I went and counted, I said, damn it, now I know you the one that stole that money the first time.
Mm-hmm. We fired your man and he didn't even do it.
So he didn't do it. So I called him, I apologized to him, give him his job back. I went back in there, I said, hey, get the money, give up right now. Or, she said, I ain't got the money, ain't no money. She's like, search, I'm lifting up the bed in the guest room, looking at, she give me her bag, looking at my bag, search her bag. She's like, you can even search my coochie. I'm like, I'm like, why are you suggesting, I said, okay, all this shit going on. let me go get some help. I went and got the 2 other girls that was in the room. I said, hey, come in here. I'm missing some money. I think she took it. She said the money is in her coochie. She wants me to go in her coochie and search for this money.
Okay.
So I turned into like a Pornhub TSA agent all of a sudden, right? I'm like, all right, let me go for it. When there, no money in there, right?
How do you search in there? You put your fingers in it?
Yo, she told me to put my fingers in her coochie.
Okay.
I did. She came twice, but at least I was searching for this money, right?
Mm-hmm.
No money. Can't find this money nowhere. I say, you know what? Get out of my house. Don't ever come back again. And I'm just glad I had witnesses,
right.
you know, with all this. She leaves out. I'm like, damn, this money's somewhere. I lift up the bed. The money's right there. So she was just hoping to later on take it with us. And once I found the money, I texted her. I said, you crazy broke bitch, don't ever come back here, yada, yada. And then that was that.
What
And
did
then
your assistant say? Now you fired me. You blame me for stealing. I've been riding with you. Did you at least give him a raise or something?
He just got a raise before the fire. I didn't give him a raise, but he had to understand. Like I just felt like he was the only one that knew. And I mean, it's hard for me to apologize when I'm, you know what I mean? But I felt really wrong, and I straight up apologized to him. I think that was enough for him. He didn't care about a raise.
Is he still your assistant?
Yeah, Jason, he still works for me.
That was a good story. It wasn't the funniest story ever, though. You started it off by saying this is going to be the funniest story ever. I got my hopes up. I really got my hopes up.
I did a whole pep smear, nigga. What the hell you talking about? One last time you did a pep smear. And then the funny thing about it, I run back into that girl again a year later at a friend's house.
Stealing.
No, so I'm in a friend's house, and she's it's my friend's birthday, female friend of mine, real cool chick. All of a sudden, I see a girl walk in. I'm like, is that who I think it is? So I told a friend, I said, is that? She said, Mike, you don't know who that girl is. I know that girl very well. So the girl, my friend, her boyfriend was there. I said, right away, I said, listen, if this girl's going to be in this place, you don't want to leave your step around. This girl's a thief. I said it out loud. I said, she's a thief. And, so she went in there to go talk to her, find out what happened. She told her what happened. She's getting her back. She's leaving. She said, Mike, just go talk to her. I went and talked to her. I was like, why you just ain't ask for money? Why you stole it? She said, they're always going through some shit. And I'm like, okay, well, where's my money? Where's the money from the first time? She said, well, I ain't got it. I said, how much you got?
No, Mike.
Dead serious. She said, I'll cash it, be $500. Cash me $500 right now. Got me $500 back of my money from the previous stealing.
Goodness gracious.
So now that's why, I got to settle down. You need a good woman by your side. You don't need all these raggedy.
Now, the last time you up here, we were talking about, Ben Simmons, and you was like, Ben Simmons was your boy, and you tried to kick it to your fiance behind your back, and y'all were cool.
You put roots on him, I heard.
Yeah, he ain't played ball since then. I went to the village, made some calls, and now he's permanently, handicapped.
Have you spoke to him since? Have y'all ran into each other?
Hell no. No. I'm trying to think. Nah, I haven't seen him at all. Because he got traded. I got him traded. And then I called the village, and then he ain't play basketball. Even when he tried to play, his back started hurting. I kept pushing buttons in the office.
Word. Do you enjoy being on reality TV? Do you enjoy being on reality TV?
You know what? It was cool during the pandemic.
You was on therapy, or you were on?
No, it was
couples retreat.
Couples retreat. You was on retreat.
I mean, it was cool. It was something to do during the pandemic. It was another paycheck, but that's not, my fans. I'm not a reality. I'm a real sitcom guy, so I'm going towards that route now.
Sitcom.
Oh yeah,
Not a sick kind of guy.
I thought you said sitcom. I was like,
no,
what?
I'm more like real,
a sit and come kind of guy.
No, not sit and come.
What?
I'm not. Realities are my thing. Even though for some reason the people are interested in my life story. So.
Well, couples retreat is more positive though, isn't it?
It was cool.
It wasn't like beefing and drama, right?
No, it was no fighting, no beefing. It's just just fun. And my lady's just she's so emotional. She let her emotions out. Like, babe, calm down. It's TV.
I hope you apologize to Claudia Jordan too, man.
What did I do? Oh, about the
when you whispered to your fiance, talking about I wonder if she could still have kids. It's like, come on, Mike. Did you know the cameras was rolling?
I didn't know they was going to record that and post it. It was first of all, who having a kid? If you have a kid at 50 years old, that baby's going to come out at least 13.
Janet Jackson did that, or did she? Yeah, Janet had a baby at 52.
She did.
Yeah.
How old was the baby when it came out?
Exactly. A baby, man.
8 years old, nigga. There's no way you're 50-year-old and you have an infant coming out your coochie. A zygote embryo, whatever you want to call it.
Did you apologize to Claudia, though?
I mean, in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
What?
What'd you say to her? You said in the comments.
I said I just blame it on VH1. I said them haters, they did not have to post what I said. I apologize.
Now, what did you think of Will Smith's recent apology to Chris Rock?
Your Philly brother Will, but your comedian brother Chris.
Well, I'm comedian first. You already know. I mean, I think Chris has to forgive him before we all could do it.
Really?
Yeah.
So that's what it would take for us to forgive Will Smith. Chris got to do it.
I mean, you did. You don't. That don't bother you. It bother us because we. You know what I mean?
No, it bother me.
I talk shit on stage. Can you imagine? How would I feel if somebody came and slapped the shit out of me for something? So yeah, I'm riding with Chris all the way. And either that or Will gotta like host. Stand up somewhere. Every comedian to go slap the shit out of him at like the BT Awards or something.
Goodness gracious.
Every comedian.
Every comedian. We'll all take turns slapping the shit out of that nigga. And he better hope by the time Bruce get there, he be knocked the fuck out.
I think it should be a stature of comedian. Every comedian can't slap. You got to be a certain level in the game to slap Will.
Everybody that's making at least 20 grand a show could slap him. So Bruce is definitely in that mix. Bruce. Who else is heavy and big? Damn,
Lavelle Crawford.
I'm probably the lightest one. I'll be first. Kev would need a ladder to slap that nigga.
Are you and Kev good, man?
Yeah, Kev, okay, we good.
Making sure.
Kev's my nigga. And then yeah. I think that either that. I think what might even work for him, probably a roast.
A roast of Will Smith, yeah.
I think comedy always just makes things feel better. So.
I like that. That could be good.
Yeah. But for now, we just, Chris hasn't said nothing. Chris ain't trying to say nothing. And, I was actually there that night that Dave got jumped. Chris was there too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did you help Dave?
Huh?
Did you help Dave?
Help him do what? It happened really fast, man. It happened real fast. Mm-hmm. So we didn't even, was all backstage, but he had his security was like, and I don't like violent, but it was really good for comedians. That way it could at least put some fear in these guys' heart. Like, my bodyguard's like 6'8", 300 pounds. He's waiting for something to happen. He's ready. So we just have to, that whole thing happening costs comedians money because now we have to beef up security and just make sure.
You never had security before, did you? No.
No, I always has. My guy's been with me for like 14 years. He's 6'8", 330 pounds. Mm-hmm. He don't come out, but he'll be here later. He'll be at your other show.
Okay.
Just in case you got to beat up Charlamagne.
In case you got to,
What are you gonna beat me up for?
Nah, you don't have to.
I heard Charlie Mack mad at you too.
Yeah. Oh gosh.
What Charlie Mack mad at you about?
But you know what? So,
for people that don't know who Charlie Mack is, tell them who
Charlie Mack is like Charlie's like the connect to Philly. Charlie was like Will Smith's right-hand man back in the day. Charlie brought a lot of artists out. They always start with Charlie and then going somewhere else. Meek started with Charlie and he bring a lot of, he's like a icon to Philadelphia.
Correct.
And then, Charlie been watching lately my IG and my life and, watching my growth. And he's like, Mike, you ready for a TV show? You ready for a sitcom? So let me make some calls. He made some calls, got his team together. Bentley Evans, you guys know Bentley Evans? Bentley's like a writer, director. He did a lot of things on Martin episodes. He's good friends with him. So he called Bentley first. And then he, called up his good friend Jamie Foxx. Hey, let's make this happen. So, I came up with an idea. They kind of like how my life is going on IG. They said we need a sitcom that's almost like your life. Mm-hmm. We just changed a few things around on the sitcom. I don't want to talk about the sitcom. I don't put still in nobody's idea because we're going to eventually, hopefully, make that happen one day. Mm-hmm. But, so we wrote a synopsis together, what the show's about, and did a Zoom pitching to BT. Jamie Foxx came on the Zoom. Jamie is like my biggest. This guy loves me so much. I didn't know how much he really adored my work. Mm-hmm. Jamie got on the Zoom and sold my show. He's like, Mike is the hottest thing going. I'm gonna be part of this. Raiders make this happen. And usually when you pitch a show, it takes like a couple of weeks to hear anything back. It was like 2 hours later. It's a go. And then we're gonna rewind to about 2 years back before COVID. So before COVID, I ran into Tyler Perry at the Jay-Z Foundation thing in Miami at the Hard Rock. And I met Tyler. In fact, first time I met Tyler was probably 6 to 8 months prior to that. I did a cameo in Nobody's Fool with Tiffany Haddish. And Tyler's such a, man, this guy's like such a great producer, everything. Tyler's the dopest, and he takes care of his people. I mean, I was on set for 10 minutes. It was a cameo. I was on set for 10 minutes. I made as much as I did 3 weeks of flying to do Coming to America 2.
Wow.
That's how well Tyler take care of his people. And that always stays in your head. You know, I mean, I was reading the other day where he wanted to
Cicely Tyson
$1 million for one day
for a day
because he just admire her work and respect her. You know, so I ran to Tyler at the Jay-Z event. I said, hey, you know, I got an idea for a sitcom. You know, he said, okay, you know, we exchanged numbers. He said, call my people up, set something up. And then I did. I called these people, went and met with them. We talked about a TV show idea about me being a teacher. And then after we was done talking, we just started talking about my life story. I was with my sister, was talking about my life story as how I came to America and all this stuff that I went through. And it was like, it's laughing. It's like, Mike, you know, I'm more interested in your life story. Let's make a kind of like a show about when you was a kid, and then maybe you kind of like
Everybody hates Chris
type of thing. You know what I mean? So we you know, we talked about it and we left. We did doing all the lawyers communication, whatever, and then COVID happened. Everything freezes. I don't hear back for a couple of years. Now fast forward to now. Here I am, got to start doing this thing with Jamie and everybody else. Tyler people calls, right? It's like, hey, we interested in the show, Mike. We ready to go, and I'm like, hey, what am I gonna do? You can't do both because you know they're kind of like Tyler's like BT Plus. You know, other shows, BT is like the same network, same, you know, you can't be doing 2 sitcoms at the same time. So you have to pick and choose, you know. And I'm like, damn, I always want to work with Tyler. You know, Tyler's shows are like, you know, he worked fast and quick, when you know, and you almost guarantee 100 episodes.
Yeah.
It's good money. And I know how he take care of his people. I'm like, and then the TV show idea that we talked about doing was not even, he wanted to go back to the original one by me being a teacher. That's what he wanted. And I always wanted to do that. And the reason why, because every school always have these foreign teacher that the kids made fun of. Y'all all made fun of your African teacher.
Right.
You ain't shit.
You right.
Y'all all did. And so I'm like, now they're going to have a teacher that roasts them niggas back. You know what I mean? So I said, this is going to be fun. This is going to be something I always wanted to do. So then I kept pushing Charlie. I'm like, let me figure this out. Let me make sure.
Wow,
you know.
Mike.
And then I had to make a decision.
That's fucked up.
The fuck you talking about? You know, and but it's business.
Foul, Mike.
So that's why I want to apologize to like a couple of people. First one was Jamie. You know, because I never even got a chance to talk. I mean, when I made a decision, I talked to Charlie about it. I never got a chance to hit up Jamie and talk to him. You know, and I want to apologize because I'm like, this guy was like, it's how powerful he is. He came in on a Zoom call and sold me, and then all of a sudden I'm like, damn, I've been always want to work with Tyler, and you know, and I had to like, you know, but the idea of the show that we have with Charlie and Jamie and it could be something that could be done a year or two from now. A just said, let me go do this thing with Tyler because I met with them 2 years ago, and I always want to work with this guy. You know, so
you couldn't bring Charlie in as an EP.
Well, you know, Tyler does everything. You know, and with this, it would just probably just be me and Tyler, compared to the other show would be like more. You know, Tyler does it all himself.
Stuff, yeah.
But still, you could have still brought Charlie in as an EP, a non-writing EP.
He didn't say it wasn't going to happen. The other show wasn't going to happen. He just said not right now.
But I'm talking about with the show with Tyler.
Oh, I mean,
man, that's foul, Mike.
Seriously? No?
Yeah, that's kind of messed up.
No, it was just a decision. There was nothing foul about nothing. But you know, we in Hollywood, man. Nothing is guaranteed till it happens.
Yeah.
Even with, you know, and the thing about it, I had something guaranteed, and with Tyler, I didn't even have a contract, but it's just that he's a man of his word. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I respect that. And I'm like, you know, and that's why I made that decision.
So where you at now with the show with Tyler?
I mean, I have a great lawyer, and she just finally, we're going back and forth with the lawyer thing, trying to figure out what the money and everything else. But It's almost there. They just got to write the long form, and then we'll be ready to go.
How you think he's gonna feel about you saying that on here though?
Who?
Tyler.
Saying what?
Just announcing it. He don't care?
No. I mean, me announcing it, just showing it. It's just me talking about his greatness.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. Whether this should happen or not, it doesn't matter. I still respect Tyler, and he's a great guy to work with. That's why everybody likes to work with him. You know, he's a wonderful guy. And at the same time, I want to my apologies to Jamie for not getting a chance to talk to him prior to it happening. And I love him so much. And, you know, he's a good friend. And Charlie.
Charlie what?
No, Charlie, Charlie still. I think he's still pissed. I ran into him the other day, and then we spoke, but then he disappeared without even saying bye. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I know he's still mad. I think he's still mad about it. So Charlie, if you're mad, but Charlie's been in Hollywood for a long time. You know how shit goes sometimes, But that's why I'm just saying, I apologize to all of them, from Bentley Evans to Jamie Foxx and to Charlie, for this last minute decision I had to make. But it's part of business.
Now, what was you doing at Michael Rubin's all-white party?
Mike is my guy, man. I was probably the brokest guy at this party. It's like all A-list. I was probably the only Z-lister.
You drive there or helicopter?
Nah, Uber X.
Okay.
No, I actually. So Mike's best friend, my homie Dave Steinberg, who's another billionaire as well. He also rents a home in the Hamptons, and he's like, "Hey, Mike, since when Mike invited me, he said, Mike, you stay at my crib here." So I end up staying at Dave Steinberg's crib and then riding up there to the party with him. But the funniest thing that happened at the party to me, right? I mean, Mike Rubin is a billionaire. Mm-hmm. Whenever he does events, it's nothing but supermodels. Everybody there is like 110 pounds and under, Colombian, all these different type of things. And he's friends with athletes and rappers. I'm like, nigga, that's not our type of stuff. Mm-hmm. We like 160 pound ass and breast. You have these quarter pounder with cheese.
Did you tell him that?
No, I ain't telling him that. I won't go to the next party. So finally, Ryder didn't go with me. She had to stay West Coast. And this party, the thing about Mike Rubin party, that party, there was no assistant allowed, nobody goes allowed. Everybody that was there was the celebrity themselves. Minus their entourage. Jay-Z pulls up, Beyonce. I mean, everybody, but Barack was the last nigga that was missing at this party. But make a long story short, finally I see a normal-looking woman, 150 pounds or more. But I don't know who everybody is. I'll be honest. I mean, I know what Beyonce look like. Mm-hmm. If I see Meg Thee Stallion, I can't tell her apart from, I know what Nicki Minaj, I know what the older, veterans look like, but I don't know what everybody else look like. So is this one decent looking woman, normal size, 156 pounds. I hope I'm not giving you extra pounds. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, let me have a conversation with this person. I could probably relate to this black woman.
I can relate to her, okay.
The rest of them are like, eating salads.
Got you.
Diet salad.
Mm-hmm. Diet salad.
So I was like, hey, how you doing? She said, I said, where you from? She said, I live in LA. I said, what do you do? She said, well, I be in the studio. I'm like, oh, you sing? She said, yeah. I said, what's your name? She said, Ella May. Right? Mm-hmm. I'm like, oh, I said, I heard her name. I didn't know what she looked like. I said, I'm Michael Blackson. She said, oh, she said, I seen you. I know you. Because I think we did an episode of Hip Hop Square. Okay. She was on the email, but I don't remember. I don't know nothing.
She was there with a man, though.
God damn, you have to ruin the whole shit, nigga.
Sorry, man. Fuck here, man. Shut up, Envy. We'll edit that. Go ahead, Mike. Sky.
Okay. So I had no idea. So I'm there. We having a conversation. I'm making her laugh. We talking. Mind you, she's been standing by herself for like a couple of minutes. That's why I approached her. All of a sudden, I get tapped on the shoulder, right? And I just saw like a light skin hand. I'm like, God damn, I'm about to fight Ben Simmons. I got in fight mode. I turn around. I'm like, oh, Jason Tatum, you want a hug? What's good, man? I said, what's good? I said, you good? He said, yeah, I'm good. I said, why? He said, because I'm with her.
Damn.
But, I'm like, you could have did another way, motherfucker. Is that a light-skinned way of talking shit? Like,
yes.
I'm with her.
Yeah, I'm with her. She's with me.
What did you say after that?
I said, oh, okay. But I mean, I didn't know. But I wasn't trying to, like, holler at her.
Yeah.
We're just having a conversation. Just I'm just cracking jokes. I just need somebody that I could relate to that was not a dude, you know? So I guess that's when I realized, I didn't even know that was this girl.
Yeah.
Till the next day I saw, you know, on the shade room and everywhere, I was like, oh, Jason Tatum is with her.
So it was never confirmed, so you confirming it?
I guess it was never confirmed.
No, but you.
Well, yeah. He told me that's his girl. Yes, mother sucker. Jason Tatum said I'm with her. This is my girl, you skinny, black, crispy looking burnt hot dog. Yes, mother sucker. This is my woman, you punk bitch. So yeah, that was his girl.
Now you building a school in Ghana, I heard.
Seriously.
I heard
all
that
these
for real.
niggas know all the bad shit about me. He never cared about the good thing. Yes, I'm building school for kids while this nigga is building kids for school, okay? It's a difference.
What made you decide to do that?
Oh, man. You know, it happened the first time I went home after being in America for 15 years. I decided to go home. I remember when I went home and I'm hanging out in the town where I'm from, you know, and I'm like, it's school hours, and I'm like walking around the marketplace, and I'm like, kids are in the marketplace selling and helping their mothers, 8, 9-year-old kids. I'm like, why are these niggas not in school? Then I found out that the government schools, which is the public school, fills up very fast and overcrowded, and the only thing that's left is private school. So if you can't afford private school, you don't go to school. It's just that simple. So I'm like, damn, I gotta do something about this eventually. You know, and then 20 years later, I'm in a situation where I could build a school.
Amazing.
So yeah,
It's in Saba? What's that called? How you pronounce it?
in Saba.
In Saba.
In Saba.
In Saba.
Oh my God.
In Saba.
In Saba.
In Saba.
Yeah, it's in the central region, going towards Cape Coast. Cape Coast is where the whole slave castle thing is at. So it's not that far from there.
How much it cost?
To what, build a school?
Yeah.
You know, dealing with. And every foreigner could relate, whether you're in Nigeria, Ghana, even Dominican Republic. You know, when people know you're doing something from America, they will take advantage of you. You know, and I had my mother at that time handling it. You know, so I sent her money every month, and you know, and sometimes a lot of those people, when they're ready to rob you or get you for your money, they will never give you an estimate of what it costs from beginning to the end. They just be like, we have to go little by little. The fuck you mean little by little? When you want to build something in America, you tell me what it's going to cost from the beginning to the end. So that's a sign right there of shadiness.
Right.
I mean, it cost me a lot more than it should have costed me. You know, but halfway through it, when I realized, like, these motherfuckers not going to get no more extra of my money. It should not be costing $500,000 to build a motherfucking school in a village. You know, I mean, the cost of living is, the average income is like, if you're doing $200 a month, that's good pay. You're doing well, you know. So make a long story short, I had to like fire the villagers, and I didn't necessarily fire. I just put somebody ahead of them, over them.
Yeah. So
I ran to one of my guys in the city that has a company where they kind of oversees what's going on, and he was able to go and look at how far they have went with the school, and then drew up a whole thing of what it's going to look like when it's finished, and gave me a reasonable estimate. And then I said, okay, good, let's do that. So he went back to the village and told the guy that's in charge, hey, I'm in charge now. Because with the guy, dealing with the guy from there, he know what everything should cost compared to you telling me what you want to tell me.
Right.
So it cost me I'm probably going to end up spending maybe $200,000 more than I should have spent. But at the end of the day, man, it's whatever it takes to give back for the kids.
I heard you got Dr. Umar, he's going to be your principal.
Who?
Dr. Umar Johnson. He's going to be the principal of the school.
No, I haven't found a principal yet. I've been doing that. I've been searching. I'm actually going back next month to hopefully find one.
How does Ryder like it over there?
Oh, she loves it.
She loves it.
Yeah, they like her. She's learning how to make fufu and rest of that good shit.
Now, is it true you became an American citizen just recently?
Finally, man. Yes.
So you've been here illegally all this time?
No, see, you are so illiterate when it comes to foreign policies. Because a person's not a citizen doesn't mean it's illegal.
Okay.
There are steps. You know, I mean, there's some kids that come here with a student visa. You know, those are visas for you to go to school, and sometimes you could get a work visa from that. You know, and then you get this thing called authorization to work. That's another you could work, but you're not a permanent resident. You have to renew that every year. Then you become a permanent resident, which is your green card, you know, and every 10 years you renew the card.
Which one you had?
I mean, I had a green card. That's the latest.
Green card.
You can't be a citizen. You can't go from a student visa to a citizen, nigga.
Got you.
Green is a step. After green card, and you have to have a green card for at least 5 years.
Okay.
Then you apply to be a citizen.
I thought you got to marry somebody to get a green card, though.
You don't necessarily have to marry somebody. Marriage is the fastest way.
Okay.
You know, and the crazy thing about it, I was married at one point, and I could have asked my wife at that time to do it. But whoever you're gonna marry has to make enough money to take care of you. And at that time, my lady was on welfare. How the fuck how you gonna support me when you broker than me?
Yeah.
You know? So that didn't work. And then, you know, I never want to have that overhead like I help you become a citizen. I had to just go through the long process of it. You know, because I'm saying, sometimes it could sabotage you.
Yeah.
You know, if you have an argument, next time you about to go and do your interview, they don't show up to the interview, then you fucked.
Yeah.
I mean, people take advantage of foreigners every day.
And you had to study for that test.
I had to study for the test. God damn. And the thing about it, I studied for the test just for the test. After that, I forgot every fucking thing was on there.
What did they ask you on that kind of test?
Nigga, you Americans, and y'all niggas won't know.
Nope.
I mean, let me ask you a question right now.
Go.
If the president dies, the vice president dies, who takes over?
Secretary of the House.
Yeah, Secretary of Defense.
No, Secretary,
See,
Speaker of the House.
Answers.
Speaker of the House. Nancy Pelosi.
Nigga is light-skinned nigga.
Yeah.
See, you know, well, you see, because you're in politics, nigga.
Not really, but.
You act like you are. So, yeah.
I was really going to say Kanye West, but I keep moving. Now, on a serious
Oh,
note.
give us another one. That's a good.
Oh, my God, dog. You know, they give you 100 questions. Out of those 100, they only ask you 10 of them.
What?
And you only have to get 6 right out of the 10. So once you get 6 right, then you're done. You stop. And I did it twice. So the first time I took the test, you know, it was this blonde-haired, blue-eyed white man that did not want me to be an American that day. I mean, I've been in America so long. I studied the test, passed it with flying colors, knew everything about it. But then he tried to ask me some questions to incriminate me later. He started asking me things like, hey, do you owe taxes? At that time, yes, I owe taxes, nigga. Who don't owe taxes? And then, you know, I said, well, I'm on a payment plan. He said, okay, well, you know, you passed the test, but for me to approve this, I want to see what your payment plan look like.
Wow.
Yes. So I went to the IRS, print up my payment plan, sent it to him. He said it wasn't consistent enough. And guess what? I got denied citizenship. So you know what that means? I have to wait 5 more years.
Wow.
So then, which was like 4 or 5 months ago when I took the test, I had a guy that looked like this nigga.
Well, that's your brethren. He from Ghana.
Why? This dude, he wasn't from Ghana, but he was a black dude.
Yeah.
30 years old.
Yeah.
He was more of a fan than I still passed the test. I mean, after I was on the test, we were taking pictures, you know, but he didn't ask me nothing that would later on incriminate me. You know what I'm saying? So it all worked out.
We got some questions here.
Which one?
Who makes federal laws?
Dog, I passed the test.
Who makes federal laws?
Yes.
The House and the Senate. Congress.
Senate, the House. Okay. How many U.S. senators are there?
Oh, I don't know. No, I do know. 60?
100.
100?
See, y'all American, y'all failed being Americans.
Oh, no, you're right. Damn, I'm bugging because the votes are 50-50. Duh.
Yeah. We elect a U.S. representative for how many years?
A U.S. representative? U.S. representative of what?
That's what it says.
Yeah,
That's the question.
exactly.
We
Of
elect
Congress?
a U.S. representative for how many years? Yes.
It's every 2 years.
It's 2 years.
Yeah.
Last question. What do we call the first 10 amendments to the Constitution?
The 10 Commandments. I don't fucking know.
10 crack commandments, man. What's wrong with you?
What is it?
Bill of Rights.
Oh, okay.
Bill of Rights.
All right.
Now, recently you lost your Chinese best friend.
Yeah.
Damn.
Now, how that affected you? Because I mean, that was your guy. He was actually on the Breakfast Club with you one time.
Yeah.
On Zoom, yeah.
That was tough. But you know, it's like, you know, I went through to be great, man, you got to go through some very tough times. You know what I mean? The greatest people in the world, and things ain't come easy. You know, of course, you know the situation of my oldest son, you know, and him getting that whole smoking that 2K, K2, whatever you want to call it, whether it was voluntarily or involuntarily. I mean, there's a kid that was like inherit everything I work hard for. You know what I'm saying? Like now it's like, okay, now I got to find me somebody else to leave my riches to. you know, because he will never be the same. You know, Chinese best friend was like, this is the only guy that made me laugh. I probably haven't really laughed much since he's been gone. You know, he was like the funniest non-comedic person ever to me. It was tough, you know. I mean, we text throughout the whole situation. It was really weird how it happened. It's like I remember I went to I spent Christmas in Ghana. Actually, one of my first Christmas in Ghana. I spent Christmas in Ghana, and I heard he caught it around Christmas. You know, COVID. COVID around Christmas. So usually when I come back, he picks me from the airport. So I'm coming back, and you know, he's like, "Hey, Mike, I'm not feeling well. I'm not going to pick you up." I'm like, "Okay." I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "I have COVID." I'm like, "All right, fighter, you get over it. We all have COVID." You know. And like 2 weeks go by, Mike, I don't hear from him. So I'm like, let me FaceTime this guy. FaceTime him, he's in the hospital with a breathing machine on his face. I'm like, how did you get to this? Like, what happened? He said, Mike, I got the 1942 version of COVID. That's like the strong tequila, if y'all drink tequila. Mm-hmm. He said, I ain't got the Casamigo, I got the 42, Mike. Mm-hmm. It's like COVID to the second power. I'm like, okay, well, it's gonna be a little long process, you know, longer than we thought. Just, you know, just stay strong and whatever. I know, like, I mean, COVID not killing people. It's more of the underlying disease, underlying problems you've had. And I knew he was a big time smoker. I mean, this guy smoked and drank. Cigarettes. He smoked cigarettes and drank a lot, you know. And I'm sure his body was not together. That's probably, you know. But regardless, we texting. Every day we texting, you know. And then the next day, I remember I was heading out to Seattle to do a show because I was going back to Ghana 2 days later after I was done working in Seattle. You know, but usually when he'll reply, this time I get a reply back. And then I'm like, what's going on? I'm calling. Are you okay? Like, you know, texting, whatever. So then, you know, we get a phone call from his fiance, his kid's mother. And she's like, they said in the middle of the night, he took this breathing machine off to go to the bathroom or something. I don't know what happens in the hospital. Mm-hmm. Here's my biggest problem with the hospital. And I know that they're doing their job and, you know, trying to prevent people from catching COVID, whatever. But I don't like that rule of when your family member is in there dying, you're not allowed to go in there. The nurses are in there. Why can't we be all covered up with like the nurses are? Why can't we see what's going on? If you are married and your husband is in there, why can't you be covered and stay there with this guy every day? Make sure. Mm-hmm. What are you guys doing in the hospital that y'all don't want us to see? Like, why? Mm-hmm. You know, I mean, the hospital, to me, I felt like it failed me. You know, because there was, you know, and then when the person dies, then you can go in there. I guess you can't catch COVID when they're dead. Is that what happened? That cells kills the COVID?
I guess. I don't know.
Come on, you light skin.
What that mean?
Okay, I'm sorry.
That wasn't on the test?
That wasn't on the test.
Citizenship? Okay.
So, yeah, man, so to say he went and then he fell out, passed out, and he suggested. He did not even want to go to the hospital because he knows that everybody went to the hospital and end up dying. Dang. He didn't want to go, you know, and for you to tell me that he suggested for them to put the ventilator in him, you know, it made me a little suspicious. But they said they had to put the ventilator in him. And then next thing you know, cardiac arrest, and next thing you know, he's dead.
Dang.
We sorry for your loss, bro.
That's horrible, bro.
Yeah, it's been tough. But you know what I learned and what he taught me, he was such a genuine person.
Genuine?
Genuine. I'm sorry. I went to a public school.
He thinking the light skin. He thinking light skin.
I went to Philadelphia.
He rode a pony?
I went to Philadelphia public school.
He was such a genuine person. And you're like a Tyrese person?
What more do you want from me? You know, what I learned is like, you know, what I learned that since him, I don't think I want a best friend anymore. You know, because you have to follow what he left. And he was funny and just a real person. And since him, everybody just seems so fake around me. Mm-hmm. You know, I just keep my distance and just chill and just, yeah, it's tough.
Damn, Mike.
Well, you going to be at Caroline's this weekend.
I'm at Caroline's.
Friday and Saturday.
He just said, fuck it. Fuck your feelings. He just segued to the show. Damn.
Chinese best friends watching.
Now, also on your test is the Pledge of Allegiance. Can you do the Pledge of Allegiance?
I mean, I could sing the Star Spangled Banner.
Let's hear it.
Oh, Jesus, help me. Oh, say, can't you see?
That's not the Pledge of Allegiance.
The Star Spangled Banner.
The dark-skinned nigga's not listening. He just said I could sing.
But that's not the question. Oh, we want him to keep his citizenship. He can't.
Hey, they can't never take it back from me. Sorry. All they could do is lock me up.
So you got dual citizenship with Ghana too?
And I'm also like, librarians in me as well. I have an ECOWAS citizenship, but ECOWAS is like almost all of West Africa type of thing. I mean, kind of. I haven't legally got it done, but I still have my documents. Even though you kind of like, I still got my documents. When I go home, I have no problem. I don't necessarily have to get a visa.
Gotcha.
But I'm good on that. I'm not gonna get it. Immigration, don't listen to this part.
Goodness gracious.
By the starlight delight, what so proudly we had as the starlight's last gleaming through the through his perilous lies. Was so random we ran.
They revoking your citizenship. Bro.
They definitely
taking it back.
Oh, say can the Star Spangled Banner give way in the lands of the free and the Atlanta Braves.
Okay.
Goodness gracious.
Make sure you go see Michael Blackson. Get tickets at Hairlines.com. He'll be there all weekend.
And also catch me on the all-new tour, We Outside tour.
Oh, yeah, with Corey Holcomb. Carlos
Tony
Miller, Tony Rock.
Yes.
Bill Bellamy.
Tony, what the other? Baker.
You think Tony should accept Will's apology? Because Will apologized to Tony, too.
He did. Tony got to slap him, too. There's going to be a lot of slapping.
Tony might do it a couple times.
Yeah, he might punch.
Yeah, he might.
Damn.
Goodness gracious.
This is a funny-ass tour, bro.
Yes.
The We Outside tour?
Yeah.
Bill Bellamy, Corey Holcomb, Carlos Miller, Tony Rock, and you?
Yes, starting out next month. Come check it out, motherfuckers.
All right.
Bet I'm a Carolines. That's all that matters. Let's go.
Carolines.com is Michael Blackson. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.